Okay folks, so in this tutorial we're going to learn how to do this gory zombie bite on the neck prosthetic using some homemade prosthetic gelatin, a couple of different types of fake blood, and some Halloween makeup that you can find in any costume store. So watch and learn how we created this effect, and hopefully it gives you some good Halloween ideas. First, we start by applying spirit gum to the area that we're going to be applying the prosthetic. Remember to tap the spirit gum with your finger to make sure that it's tacky before applying it to the prosthetic. You should also apply spirit gum to the prosthetic before applying it. Now we're applying the prosthetic. Make sure that you tap the prosthetic down. You want to make sure that you got spirit gum in the edges as well. The edges are the most important area to get that spirit gum or the adhesive you're using in to make sure it's nice and flush against the skin. Here we're using some differently colored prosthetic gelatin that we're working with in its sort of molten form. To get the gelatin to this form, just pop it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. Make sure to let it cool before using it on your model so that you're not burning the skin. But I'm just using a foam brush that I picked up at the dollar store to just work around and sort of layer up this gelatin around the appliance so that we're hiding the edges, and we're also building it up so that we can create an element of depth to this appliance so that it actually looks in fact like a torn neck. What I'm also going to be doing is painting into the prosthetic, painting over the prosthetic, so that I can then take that dried gelatin and peel it back to create some dangling flesh so that it gives it more of a sense of realism. Now don't worry at this point if the gelatin is turning out chunky. As you can see in this section, it is looking rather chunky. In the last stages of this you will smooth it out and create more of an element of blending. So as you can see, I'm smoothing out the gelatin now, adding a last layer of gelatin before I start adding in the blood, just to blend it into the skin. Here, after I've added the makeup to sort of match the model's skin tone, I'm adding some fake blood. For this I used Mehron Stage Blood. I find it's really nice because it thickens and coagulates, so it's very easy to work with. Now I use a foam sponge just to sponge in and dab some blood into there and make sure it gets on the little dangly bits, and just create a real wet effect to the wound. Just a plain prosthetic is not going to look real. It needs to be wet and have quite a bit of fake blood in there. Once again, you can use Mehron Stage Blood or any kind of good quality thick blood. Blood gel will work really well for this type of effect as well if you have it. And now you can start dabbing around the area, creating some blood around the wound, sort of a base layer. And this is something you're going to have to layer up on as the makeup and the prosthetic will absorb it. So after many layers, this is sort of the effect that you get. Remember that a bite to the neck would have caused an arterial spray, so the spray would have hit the zombie's face and mouth, spraying back at the model. So for realism, you want this splatter effect that I'm doing here. Finish it off with a little bit of blood on the shirt, and you've got this effect. So hopefully this helps you. I'll do another tutorial as well on how to create the prosthetic gelatin from household items you can pick up very inexpensively. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and hopefully it helps you create a pretty killer Halloween costume. See you next time.